How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the fourth installment of Musk and Mates already.
Wow, the fourth installment, huh?
Yeah, big number 4. And today we have a very special guest, the Habbo Hotel multimillionaire himself, Warlord Xecc.
The man himself.
Dude, it's him.
In all his glory.
Yup, it's him, dude. And yeah, so we just figured we had Hamster on last time, and who better than Xecc, the new Axis of Evil on YouTube. Xecc, Hamster Wheel, and Big Shitty, and I guess Jake too. But anyways, so Xecc, you wanna just share with what you've been up to in the past couple months or year, whatever.
What's been going on, man?
No, I'm just making videos and working on my server.
Tell us about your server.
Yeah, it's classless, kind of like Project Ascension, you know, but more focused on PvP rather than PvE. And the stupid like RNG spells and stuff, we don't want any of that. And also it's running on 4.3.4 instead of 3.3.5.
Yeah, so it's a classless Cataclysm server. Is that correct?
The level cap will be 60, so it's still 1 to... Well, Ascension was more PvE focused because the balance team changes stuff for PvE. And also they kind of abandoned the PvP because all the players are playing that seasonal shit with the random spells and stuff.
Alright, so
let's have a look at the vid, Musk.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the video here. So you can see here they have a Cataclysm core because it's a Sundering location and Stranglethor and the Whirlpool and everything. So this is just like a demonstration that everything's functional. Like the talent system works. It's looking good, actually.
Yeah, how long have you been working on this for?
On 4.3.4, only like 2 months or so. We worked on like 2 years on 3.3.5, but we kind of got tired of it, and it has some restrictions that we didn't like, so we switched to this.
So
and how big's your team?
Just me and 2 other.
Xecc, what are some of the best private servers you ever played on, and what are some of your worst?
I think Arena Tournament was my all-time favorite because arenas is what I liked, and it had such a big population. It was insane.
That was the Wrath. That was the Wrath PvP.
Yeah, it also had a Kata server.
Right, and what about your worst server you ever played on?
Oof, it's a
tie.
It's a tie between Monster WoW and Mortal WoW. They're both pretty fucking bad, man. Holy shit.
Monster WoW is fucking atrocious. I think I logged in there for like 2 days and I'm like, this is like just trash.
Yeah, I had a bunch of friends that played there and they refused to switch servers, so I just kind of play there anyway, you know. So I spent a lot of time on that server and it was just so pathetic, honestly.
Unfortunate.
Just garbage.
Yeah, pretty much.
So then...
That's fucking funny.
So what would you say your favorite WoW expansion is of all time?
Cataclysm, no doubt.
Yeah. Cataclysm gang,
man. By far.
Cataclysm's fucking underrated.
Yeah, I think Cataclysm's completely underrated. I think it's actually a really good expansion.
It's the fucking official Cataclysm shill podcast.
Yeah, we're Cataclysm shills now.
What the fuck? Fuck Netherwing. Fuck TBC. I love Cataclysm, dude.
Yeah, well, all these players, they want to play like vanilla. Fuck vanilla, dude. It's so outdated. I can't play
vanilla.
Yeah, it's just
fuck.
Meaningful journey, bro. Yeah, right.
Meaningful journey.
Yeah, true.
Maybe the first time, not the seventh time that you're doing the same fucking linear leveling path.
Yeah, like PV, you sit there farm molten boar, and then PvP, either you play on mage or rogue, or you just do dog.
And mage rogue or any fucking caster. And if you play
Uh,
anything else, fuck you.
And don't forget the engineering too. That's just so balanced in vanilla. It's
Bro, I swear if I have to do one more fucking molten core in my life, I swear to God, the police
I
better be
feel that.
warned. They're on notice. I cannot do molten core
Fucking
again. No
molten
way.
core, dude.
Bro, I got to the point where like I think it was during like AQ patch. I was just AFKing the molten cores, like just slash follow, like the Musk strategy, just slash follow running around. I couldn't be.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's so bad.
best thing I ever fucking did was quit that shit fucking game, honestly.
Yeah.
On classic, when I did molten core, I just sat looking at my second screen in, watching movies, and then just press the one button rotation all day. Very engaging gameplay. You know?
Dude, it's what do you mean? It's fucking that's why we wanted classic because it's back to the roots of hardcore gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, hardcore.
Time consuming equals hard. XD.
Yep, it does, man. Ask any fucking dad gamer that.
Well, I'll say, you know what? For as bad as we give, as much shit as we give vanilla, like it was the birth of what was to come next. You know, so
Yeah, that's true.
it's.
And I will
It
I'll
was
give it. I'll
a
give it.
bit time.
I will say too that I had a lot of fun playing vanilla the first couple times. It's just I think it's
Yeah, I agreed. I did as
I
well.
just think it's overstayed its welcome, and I think Blizzard kind of fucking left the taste of sulfur in my tongue from that game for life.
One more thing I'll give a positive thing about vanilla about is that the dungeons weren't linear. They actually felt like dungeons, so I
Yeah.
always enjoyed that part.
Yeah, I agree. The vanilla's good dungeons, yeah, for sure. Better than fucking Wrath the fucking piss
Yeah,
kings.
Blackrock Depths is insane, actually. I love that dungeon.
Yeah, it's a really fun dungeon.
Listen, boys. I mean, on the note of vanilla, let's get straight into it. Nostalrius Reborn.
Dude, it's
Huh?
back. It's back.
Wow, it's back. The scam is back.
Nostalrius is back. Holy fuck. Let's see here. So apparently there was a server, like jokes aside, there was a server called Nostalrius Reborn being advertised, and it was supposed to be endorsed by the official fucking Nostalrius team and have former devs. And then GM Patu, and I know GM Patu because I used to make videos flaming this guy all the time for some
Darrowshire
reason
days.
in the Darrowshire days. So he's definitely a Nostalrius GM, and he's come out on the forums and let's see. He says, as some of you might notice, there's a new private server using Nostalrius name and claiming to have Nostalrius staff members on board. In addition, there's a forged Discord screenshot going around where supposedly I'm endorsing them. Their website had several outright lies about Nostalrius, and their representative on Reddit has also made highly inaccurate claims. This seems to be a scam of some sort. Obviously, nobody from the Stars is involved, and I would never endorse such a project in any case. Whether they are trying to get usernames and passwords or they are just desperate on getting players, I can't tell, but it certainly looks bad.
Yep. So basically, we have a bunch of randoms who have decided to make a Discord server called Australia's Reborn. Now what they stated was that they have basically the blessing of a bunch of former Australia's devs and just members saying that like yeah, like these guys are totally legit, and they're trying to say that they also have Australia's devs on their team. Now, when questioned further about this, they refused to release who the devs were. They refused to say which devs were the Australia's devs. Uh, spoiler alert, it was actually none. There were none. But they were trying to pretend like the Australia's devs are like CIA agents and they can't be named and they don't want to speak. Now, as you saw there, Potter, who was an actual Australia's person, said this is all horseshit. This is probably a scam. We also on the Australia's Reborn Discord server had a Caso, who was a Nost member as well, come in and state like, look, I'm looking into this pretty heavily. Basically, the Australia's Reborn team refused to work with this guy. They refused to answer really any of his questions, aside from super basic questions. And basically, his conclusion, as you can see in this post, was use this server with extreme caution because he could not verify their claims that they were a part of the NOS team. They could not verify one person who was a part of the NOS team, not one. Okay, and that's why he's basically saying right there, don't touch this shit with a fucking 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I don't understand why these servers to make copies of other names. Like, I know Monster WoW has a fake copy right now that's under this. I saw on Reddit a while ago too that some guys were making a server called WoWbees. Like, that server has been dead for 10 years. What the hell?
Fucking
Yeah, it's
wow.
like not even, you can't even get any cloud off that. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, that's just
I guess you're trying.
Also, Musk, if you can pull it up the other screenshot, we also have Neno. Neno comes in and actually, this guy's been in hiding for like 10 months. 10 months this guy's been in hiding. They finally dig this guy up from under his rock, drag him out here, and make him say that he's confirming he has no affiliation with these people in any way, shape, or form. He doesn't fucking know who any of these people are. He doesn't want anything to do with these people. And then he goes on to say, go play Classic, which I obviously don't endorse because fuck Classic. But that's his thing, you know? And like, so he's basically, that's Neno confirming the biggest name from the Australias is Neno. And that's him saying, I don't know who the fuck these people are.
Fucking just like, dude, it's also tiresome with the private server scene, man. It's just fucking pathetic. These guys, like, there's
Yeah.
no shame, man. Just
So
roaming.
then after Neno, right? Then after Neno comes on and blows these guys out on WoW servers Reddit, Oriel, who was the lead, I guess the leader of this Nostalrius Reborn scam, comes out and makes this announcement basically saying, well, we're sorry for offending people. I guess we'll change our name from Nostalrius Reborn to some other shit. What did they change their name to? Do you remember? I can't quite remember. They changed
Reborn
it to some
WoW.
other name. Reborn WoW. They
Reborn
changed it
WoW.
to Reborn WoW. Yeah, so they changed it from that after getting exposed as frauds and having not one Australia's member say we're affiliated with this group, and actually having some Australia's members, as we saw there, actively denounce them. They were forced to change it.
Oh, and then the
Oh
funny thing
man.
about this is it even goes deeper because apparently these guys, like as you see here, they're encouraging you. They're not like it's not required to sign up to their thing, but they're encouraging you to put your first and last name in. And to me, it just seems like they're trying to get you to sign up with your email and hope that you include your first and last name so they can sell your information to fucking marketers and shit.
I love the big bold encrypted. Like that's
Yeah,
totally legit.
I that actually. Passwords are encrypted. Like,
Dude, fuck, I'm fucking sold. Dude, let me
Fuck,
sign
count
up
me
right
in, man. I'm in.
I'm signing up right now. Jesus. It's fucking
Where do I sign up?
All right, and so then the rabbit hole goes even deeper here. So we have Ariel, which is the leader of this fucking Nostalrius Reborn team, this fucking scammer. He comes in and oh wait, this is the wrong post. This one.
We've already.
He comes in and he says, "This is a lead only chat." So this is like so I don't know who one of these guys in this chat obviously went and screenshotted this, but they're just doing some fishy shit here. So like as you see here, it says I'm fine with it. I think the project is a loss anyways, and if we can make some money and Vanilla Plus get some extra players, fine. By the way, I'm almost done working on their website. We have a few more pieces to go, and then we can finalize the account and logins site to see characters. So allegedly, so this isn't like confirmed, but apparently they're selling the account information to Vanilla Plus, which is that custom vanilla server. And this
Yes,
isn't like
Musk.
confirmed or anything, but
Take a look at that other screenshot that I just posted there. You can see them in the same chat say that they're basically selling. They go, well, the server's fucked. Like we've lost all credit. We're ruined. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sell these 400 accounts. Now here's where Vanilla Plus comes into this. I love how deep this rabbit hole goes. Allegedly, they were gonna sell the 400 accounts to Vanilla Plus, the team. They were apparently gonna buy them. Okay, now this is unsubstantiated from Vanilla Plus. They're totally denying it. Vanilla Plus. They're saying this is horseshit. Vanilla Plus are actually going as far to say is these people are trying to cause a false flag. They're saying this server was set up to destroy Vanilla Plus. That's what Vanilla Plus is saying. Because they're claiming that all these people who are a part of this project are like a bunch of bandits from their server that got banned. They're just being fuckwits, basically. And they're saying they went and created this server to ruin Vanilla Plus's reputation, and that these screenshots are intentionally being leaked to ruin V Plus's reputation.
It honestly kind of makes sense because, like, who would have leaked these in the development team? Because if they're all in on making money, I don't know, man. It's just I don't know what to say. Like, it's just so like, why would they even want to ruin Vanilla Plus's reputation first of all? And
Yeah, there's another screenshot from this chat though that says like Vanilla Plus was gonna make a ton of money on their botnet idea, so basically claiming that Vanilla Plus was gonna have their files infected.
And as we can see here, this is the leader, I believe, is that correct, Warlord Xecc of Vanilla Plus, Vua, right? He's the leader.
Yeah, I think he is. I'm not
Yes,
sure.
I believe he's a leader. Well, he's making the statement here that basically he's saying that, as you can see, like it's a fake server that was created by a bunch of band members, and he lists the names here. And the only reason that this server was created was to harm us. They were basically saying this whole thing's an entire false flag. Australius is irrelevant. It's literally just to hurt V Plus and destroy them.
Actually,
So we need to keep this.
he listed names there: Merov, Inex, Gremlo. I know they are making a server, but it's not real. So he probably mixed them up with someone else. I can't
Maybe
remember
he
the
did.
name of their server, but he sent me an invite to their Discord a while.
But I believe that he's actually saying like, so they're working on their server, but they've also got this fake server to hurt
Yeah,
them and
could
make
be.
people go to their real server. This is how deep the rabbit hole goes. The drama is endless.
Yeah.
this whole thing,
We have false flags.
this whole thing reeks of Mossad to me. I'm not gonna lie. This is
True.
this is a fucking Mossad agent right here. So one of these people are. This is a psyops man to take down private servers for private server communities for the last time. This is Blizzard's
Fuck,
fucking.
man. This is it.
Blizzard's doing it.
And we also should add that there was also, I believe, allegations that V Plus have, what was it? Some, I guess, malware in their client from people
Yeah.
on WoW server. They were attempting to claim that, Vanilla Plus has literal malware in their client, and some kid was trying to claim that uh, his computer actually crashed from downloading the V Plus client. Now, my personal opinion on this is that I think the guy just had a really shitty computer, and that was like the nail in the coffin. I haven't seen any evidence yet that would actually say that Vanilla Plus has malware in their client. I haven't actually seen any real evidence. It's just hearsay and it's just rumors on forums. That's about where we're at so far. But it's also important to notify you guys that this is something that's spreading around right now. That there is claims of malware because it's our job to spread this stuff, right? Like whether it's true or
Yeah.
not, you keep that in mind when you download this client.
Yeah. I did have a guy who's testing on my server though that also played the Vanilla Plus beta, and his computer is fine, so.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's a bit sketchy. Yeah.
Oh, so I don't know, man. So there's some fishiness going around with Vanilla Plus. So yeah, like you guys said, if you want, there's no way to, it's no proof or anything, but I would definitely be super cautious with what type of information you give them, and just in general, just
Yeah.
maybe don't play on
Musk,
launch. Wait for a bigger sample
just pull
size.
that picture up. Pull that picture up quickly. I sent you.
Okay, let's see here. This one. Okay.
But that's the thing though. Even if this is true or not, it doesn't matter because a lot of people will just skip on trying it altogether. So this was pretty smart plan if they just wanted to fuck with them.
So, guys, this is the guy that's claiming that his PC got bricked straight after downloading the Vanilla Plus client. Now, it is important to note that the Vanilla Plus client is actually altered, but I've heard from people that it's altered in such a way that it wouldn't make any sense to have malware in it.
Yeah.
The files are wrong. It's not right for malware. It's like MPQ files or something. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's an MPQ patch. That's all.
Yeah, so I personally don't believe that Vanilla Plus has malware in their client. I don't believe they have a botnet. But these are the rumors going on right now, so it is
Worth mentioning at the very least. And one thing that is confirmed though, it's that Vanilla Plus, they do have a community manager called, I guess FN is his name, and he was a main Russian gold seller in Lights Hope. And there's
Yes,
proof
this is a
here.
fact. This guy did sell gold. He was a gold seller.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Voila. I remember that guy. So that's the guy that he sold Voila sold gold on Lights Hope.
So it goes to show, I mean, if they have a community manager that was a gold seller, that's pretty questionable in itself, Like regardless of all this, I would never, if I was doing a server, I would never have a community manager who was a fucking gold seller. I
Yeah,
mean, come on.
it literally just paints your project with a brush, and people are gonna be on red alert about any corruption, and every anything fishy is gonna get it. They're gonna get accused. And I wouldn't be honestly. I'm sorry to say this, like Vanilla Plus looks pretty decent and all in some cases, but I wouldn't be surprised if in a month or two we see the same type of corruption as Apollo 2. Like this pretty much identical
Yeah,
screenshots and them spawning in gold and gear and all this shit. I would not be surprised in the slightest to see that.
it has that ring to it, doesn't it? Like
Yeah,
it has that vibe. It is
yeah.
it's a very dodgy feeling about this server. I won't be playing this server, okay, for multiple reasons.
Yeah, I mean,
Zach, what about you?
even with all this botnet drama in their Discord, no one said anything. They were like the community is spamming and talking about it like for like 2 days straight, and no staff member said anything. They just ignored it altogether.
Wow,
If you're a staff member, it is literally in your duty to shut down these conversations without a
Yeah.
shadow of a doubt. It shouldn't even be a question. But if you go hiding when the stuff starts happening, well, you start looking guilty. I'm sorry to say, like, maybe they are just unprofessional, maybe they can't handle it, but it doesn't matter because you look bad, and that's all that comes
Yeah.
out of this.
They're known for not responding to anything though, so they're like really.
what is with these fucking private server devs? Like the whole point of, or half the point of private server and the main draw is that the devs are very close to like the community. They're all in the same Discord, and they're not really. They don't have to have like an air of professionality that a company has. Sure, they have to be like a little bit professional, but it's not like to the extent of a company. So why can't they just like have the time they're shit posting in Discord, but when anything goes wrong or there's any like drama, they're gone now all of a sudden. Like in
They
like
go missing.
2 hours later, they were posting like fucking like cock pepes on Discord or something. These fucking stupid
Yeah,
devs, man.
they're
Like,
posting about anime and weebs and shit, but then 2 hours later, when something actually happens, we have to file a missing persons report. It's like, bro, like, come on, how unprofessional can you be?
fucking, oh man, the private server scene is honestly just like it's just pure content. It's
I
just
mean, like, look, I get it. Like, it's not we're not talking Microsoft here. It's a private
yeah,
server.
I know.
But for fuck's sake, like, if someone's literally sitting there on the forums accusing you of having a botnet running, maybe you should show up and say something.
Yeah.
Like, what the?
That's a pretty big accusation, you know.
That's a fucking big accusation. That is a server destroying accusation.
Holy fuck.
Servers have been destroyed for less than that, and these
Oh,
guys are
very
nowhere
true.
to be fucking found.
They're just fucking like what do you think they just fucking load up Hearthstone, just fucking close Discord down, just oh we
Yeah,
chilling,
close
nothing's
Discord.
wrong, nothing is wrong. Fucking guys. Always playing like
Fucking
fucking
houses on fire.
Uh,
You gotta love him, man. But that's the reborn Vanilla Plus drama. It is what it is. I wouldn't touch. Speaking right now, until some shit gets aired out, until some people come out and stake their claim on this and actually put down some meaningful talk from the Vanilla Plus team. As far as I'm concerned, as of right now, I'm not touching either of these servers with a 10-foot pole. I mean, well, Reborn is an obvious 100% scam, no question about that. Um, Vanilla Plus is just a bit dodgy right now for my liking. They need to actually come out and like deny all these accusations. 100%. What do you guys think?
I would have to agree, honestly. I don't know, just hiding away is just gonna reduce the credibility of your server, and people are just gonna, I don't know, people just like to take small little rumors and then eventually it's gonna explode and there's gonna be like fucking mass
Absolutely.
accusations of everything.
Yeah, I feel like if you invest time there, it's just a waste of time because it's gonna die. Like even if all this is not true, like what Gig said, a lot of people think the same. So they're just gonna not try out the server, and then it's gonna have like a really low population, and then it's gonna die out.
Yeah, this kind of shit's bad for servers, and if they don't respond soon, it's just gonna keep getting worse.
Yeah, if they don't respond soon, it's over. They need to say something.
Yeah. So I guess that moves in. wasn't there like I know there's a new server Gurubashi WoW coming out. It's like supposed to be Blizz like
Yeah, it is.
vanilla. I'll pull it up here.
It's a semi Blizz like server from what I understand, but the non Blizz like parts I believe are aimed to actually make the server better, like quality of life changes. You know what I mean? Shit that people actually want.
Yeah, so as we see here, all rates are Blizz like 1x. Don't panic. Blah blah blah. But to make the leveling experience more appealing, we are considering allowing the players to earn experience from other sources like battlegrounds or professions, and make Grey Quest still give their complete experience. And then they're gonna have uh battlegrounds where you can right click on a tabard. So let's say you have the Warsong Gold's tabard. You can just open it up, I guess, and queue anywhere in the world, and I assume it would teleport you back to where you were when you queued. Barbershop, character skins like Dark Iron Dwarf,
Ooh,
Forest Troll, Stone Dwarf.
Nice.
I like that actually.
Yeah,
That's good stuff.
City Protector system. Every Wednesday after Honor update, 8 players, one of each race, will be granted the corresponding City Protector title. City Protectors are allowed to teleport to their homeland with a 60-minute cooldown. So it's basically a so if you're a human and you're defending, if you get enough honor in Stormwind, I don't know how it exactly works, but humans could potentially teleport back to Stormwind. That's like another extra Hearthstone, kind of like retails Dalar in Hearthstone, but for your racial capital. And I guess it's only if you have City Protector title, and that's 8 players
Yeah,
total, one of each race. So yeah, that's kind of
that was a
interesting.
scrapped Bliss-like feature actually. It was supposed to be in one.
Wow. So it seems like I guess they're kind of taking some of that and adding it to the server.
Yeah.
They have Gurubashi Arena events, earn buffs and city reputation, fighting in the Gurubashi Arena. Also, PvP tournaments with interesting rewards will be hosted. Twinking, get glyphic twinking from Battle Master. So it's so it's a keyring item that stops you from gaining XP. So that's helpful for people who like to run
Yeah.
around in
So you
world
can lock at
PvP.
19. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mainly for world PvP, and I guess if they have BGXP, that too. And then they're having a level 1 bracket for Warsong Gold, which is fucking retarded. And then I get level 1 Twinks, I guess. And then a level 2 to 9 one. So it looks like they're adding a lot of
I like this a lot. I really do like
yeah.
this a lot.
This is
Like
what vanilla
let's scroll up a
needs.
little bit.
I just
Um,
There's a couple more things
I
first.
like,
There's a player
dude.
bounty.
I love the.
There's a player with a high amount of dishonored kills become a target for a bounty system, and they get gold and rep for killing that. They're gonna have arenas, I guess, in vanilla. Arena
Oh,
ladder,
that's nice actually.
dungeons and raids, speed ladder, and heroic mode dungeons and raids. Wow,
Oh,
that's
this is sick,
fucking.
man.
That actually seems interesting. This seems.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah, I heard.
I love everything. I love everything here pretty much. Like this is amazing. This is the future of vanilla on private servers, giving something that Blizzard will not offer and can't offer because they're too lazy or they're out of touch. This is the future of vanilla on private servers. Make no mistake about it. Shit that is actually cool added to vanilla. Okay. Um,
Yeah,
earning XP from battlegrounds is cool. You know the added skins, sick. I love that. The Iron
yeah,
Dwarfs, so cool. Um, heroic dungeons, epic. I like that. That's amazing. The city protector system is cool. The bounty hunter system is cool. Everything is fucking great. Like I really, really like this. I actually wish the best for the server. I really hope they succeed. I hope that their scripting is good. I hope it all goes well because this could be a fucking game changer. The stuff I'm reading here is amazing.
yeah. These are good changes. Like add guild banks to this, and you have a really solid server.
100%. They should add guild banks. I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a really good feature.
like we're at the point where like pure no changes. I think the novelties worn off, and you kind of. I know Blizzard's isn't really a pure no changes. But it's kind of like that's kind of if you want a Blizz like experience, I guess you go to Blizzard's. But I think Gurubashi, like at least what they're saying here, we obviously don't have any footage, we don't have a beta, we don't have anything but their word of mouth here. So what they're saying sounds really good.
It's true. Like maybe it'll turn out. Maybe the scripting will be dog shit. We just don't know. But the words right now that we're reading are positive. Okay, these are all changes that if these people can't implement, hopefully in the future, another server can implement on a good core. I would love to see that. So I think this is totally positive.
I did hear though that they're cooperating with Turtle WoW. it might be just be a rumor. Looking at these changes, it kind of aligns with their ideas.
And Total WoW is run by Shenna, right? Is that right?
I think so, but I don't know.
Fucking Shanna.
Christ's sake, can that piece of plague just like leave?
But Turtle
Why
WoW
is
does
that-
have some good changes, though. I'll give them. But it's a RPPV server, so it's like pointless to play there.
Yeah, 100%.
RPPV.
I tell you what, Musk, I'm gonna say this. I actually wouldn't mind trying out this server if it's as good as it sounds.
I actually
I'm not
agree.
gonna.
If it comes out, the scripting's good, and they've implemented all
I'll
the
roll.
changes here, I honestly think I would try. I would be willing to give it a try as well.
I'm dying to see the heroic dungeons and stuff. Like I'm curious.
Yeah, that sounds kind of interesting. They should also have dual specs. I hate having to respec every time you want to go PV
I
or
actually
PvP.
agree with that as well.
Yeah,
I
it's
do
just
as well.
you waste so much money and time is going to the trainer and respec if you want to do something else.
Yeah, and like I said, we don't need fucking more Blizz-like servers. We need something that takes the good aspect of Blizz-like, but also polishes it up and adds some more interesting content. So
Absolutely.
yeah, they have a website here, gurubashi.org, and
The website looks good. Looks professional.
don't see a release date. But they're gonna and they say here all items will of course be properly itemized to the corresponding patch. They will ask their opinion regarding custom changes before we release the honor system patch. So yeah, it looks like
So
they're actually taking
progressive
this.
itemization.
Yeah, exactly.
Something that Blizzard refused to do and actually fucked up the game by not doing it.
Yeah, and the fucking hit necklaces and at the start of the game in MC. People are legit doing Nax like on Light's Hope. On Nax patch, that like the damage they were doing on Nax is equivalent to the damage we're doing right in fucking MC. It's insanity how.
I think the damage in Molten Core is actually higher.
Yeah, because there's so much spell hit available right off the bat, and armor values are way lower. It's insane how much fucking damage you're
I
doing.
saw one fight there where a warrior did 3,200 damage on one of the MC fights. It's like, what the fuck?
There's probably cleave damage with wrecking all world buffs,
Yeah,
but
it's
still,
just stupid. It's just
it's
stupid
fucking
though. Like,
stupid. Honestly, like there's not much to say on the server. It's like fucking announced. It's like what would be a good analogy? I don't know, but it's basically just like, hey, we're making a server. There's no release date. It's kind of like Netherworld.
they're throwing it.
Trash.
They're throwing it out in the wind and seeing, hoping someone catches it. They're just trying to.
Sounds good on
fuck the
paper,
idea.
but they have stuff to prove first.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
And-
prove it.
and
But
the
fuck,
Reddit
man,
post-
if they do prove this, boy, you're looking at the next big thing in the private server.
Yeah, it could be really good. Like the vanilla scene in private servers is pretty dead now with classics, so you have to offer something that Blizzard doesn't.
Yeah, man, these guys are absolutely offering it.
Yeah.
And hopefully they offer non 400 MS batching and layering.
No layering. No layering is almost enough for me to jump
Yeah,
ship.
no layering.
Fucking laggy ass servers. Fuck Blizzard. Fuck them. Fuck them dead. In Minecraft, of course.
We don't need it, man. Who cares about Blizzard?
Yeah, I agree. Fuck Classic. Fuck Blizzard. And moving on, I guess. So actually, it kind of flows nicely because we all know Blizzard is threatening the TBC scene with their fucking vomit TBC that they're gonna release. Or we don't know if they're gonna release it, but we covered this earlier. They did the fucking TBC survey, and it's gonna be shit, but they did it anyways. And there's just been non-stop fucking vomit of garbage TBC content on YouTube. Like, let's find some of these. I'm gonna just go onto YouTube here quick and find some. But you're like, let's just go TBC guide. TBC guide.
This is how you know it's coming, because you start seeing all these dog shit guides from people who have no idea what they're talking about. None of these people play private servers, you know what I mean? Like, none of them do this, but they have all the knowledge, right? I would never watch a guide video about TBC unless it was from a private server player, because there's no fucking way you can sit here and tell me you remember what it was like back in the day, back fucking 13 years ago.
Yeah.
So if you're not a private server player, I don't even care about your opinion on TBC right now, because private server players are the closest things we have to information, and that's a harsh reality.
I will say Meta Goblin is a private server player, but there's guys
Well,
like
I'm just speaking in general, but
there's
yeah,
guys like this guy. he just comes out of nowhere when the survey comes out and just starts fucking spamming TBC videos. Like he made this garbage class comparison, just PVE performance. Like look at this shit. He has
Does that guy
rogues.
seriously have Rogue?
Rogue is literally unplayable until T6, and
Rogues are irrelevant.
the like it's just fucking it's like these guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Open or dungeons and raids S tier. Are you on
Damn.
meth, bro? Like
Oh my god.
Maxed out everything there.
you got like this is all these fucking know nothings just
Bro, look at her
spamming.
look at her raid. Look at her raid before T6. You won't see one fucking gnome. One fucking rogue, sorry. You won't see one rogue. They are completely irrelevant. They are a terrible class in TBC, PvE.
Like at
The worst.
most you can put one in your raid, but it's like that's as a fill. If you'd much rather just bring something else to your raid. The only time you bring
100%.
them, I guess, you could bring them in for Illidan for Warglaives, but pretty much that's it. Because they're good in T6 with Glaives, but otherwise, other than that, you just much rather have casters, especially if it's pre-nerf. So like
Even then, even the warrior would probably prefer taking the warglaive.
yeah, warriors have more utility than rogues as well. At least they bring like shouts or something. Fucking Christ, these guys just come out. It reminds me when Classic was coming out, just non-stop fucking diarrhea spew of just
Do you think this
shit
guy's just
guide
making this shit up
videos.
as he goes along? To have a rogue as a top as a 10 out of 10 PvE class. Is this guy just making it up?
I
Like
think
he's
they,
not even reading anything?
I think it's like a mixture of making shit up and just fucking. Oh, I watched some videos of like 2000 fucking 4 or 7 TBC and Warglaives are really cool and I remember and everyone just thinks the Sunwell patch like oh rogues did a lot of damage in Sunwell patch. Sunwell patch is like that's the end. What about
That's it.
what about the other 90% of the fucking expansion where rogues are shit? Just because they're good, they're just because they're playable and really good DPS in one patch doesn't mean fuck all in the grand scheme of the expansion.
You know who's playable in every fucking patch? A warlock, okay? Go roll one.
A warlock and a hunter.
True.
Warlock, hunter, and shaman. Those are the fucking.
Yes.
That's the fucking trifecta of classes.
And a warrior tank. How about that? There we
It
go.
was the same shit when Classic was getting released, though, all this stupid guy. I remember there was like videos for how to do a rig fire castle. Like, come on, dude, that's so easy. You're kidding. Sitting there for 15 minutes looking at the RFC guide. Like,
Oh,
dude, if
right,
you need
right.
a guide, just fuck
Fucking
off. Dude.
hell.
All those dungeon guides where it's like, it's like exactly 10 minutes long or longer, and it's so slow, and it's like, and here's where the quest
Oh,
is.
the first mobs in the dungeons have auto attacks and are ranged auto attack, and they just talk about this
Yeah.
stupid shit.
They have like abilities popping up on the screen, like so. Strategy guide: auto attack the. Have your tank run in an auto attack. Healer will be healing, and the DPS will be DPSing. And then
Oh, thanks.
RFC has like one fucking mechanic the whole dungeon.
doesn't
Yeah,
even
it's
have
just-
that. Auto
I don't
attack.
know.
I
I mean,
don't
the
know.
Trogs cast Fireball, don't they? That's about
I don't
it.
know if that
Little
counts as
lightning bolt.
a mechanic.
I had no issues doing that when I was 8 years old in real Classic. Like, come on, man, are you
Fucking
making a
hell.
guide for that?
So back on the TBC, guys. Watch out for these. Watch out for these videos. Watch out for these fucking TBC guides. Half of them are written by people who have no fucking clue, no experience whatsoever. They're just trying to like ride the hype train, ride the hype wave, and get some free clicks. Meta Goblin doesn't know fuck all about anything. The guy's a brainlet. TBC Blizzard is going to be dog shit, so don't get your hopes up for that. It's going to be 2.4.3 nerf. Forget all that, okay? Don't even worry about it. Netherwing.
Fuck yeah. Oh, he's the biggest Netherwing shield channel. But it's funny.
Hey, man, we shit on Netherwing last week, man.
Yeah, well, I was getting called like I was getting flamed for being apparently like a fucking ungrateful asshole towards Netherwing, even though I was defending them. I was like, everyone was fucking flipping out because there's no fresh launch, and Wolf was kind of acting like a 10-year-old, which he does sometimes. I mean, Wolf's a good dev, but the Netherwing team's retard. Like, I swear they're Asperger's patients or something. They're all
Yeah, I'm pretty
Asperger's.
sure Wolf literally has like autism, like no
Just-
question.
they can't communicate. We're shit. They just don't understand it, and people like start fucking freaking out because there's no news of Fresh. And then he says like, "Oh, how about this? Fresh is canceled, and then I'll tell you when it's uncanceled." It's like, and then he's like being so stubborn, and he finally comes and says, "Please give us some time. And we'll have some fresh news prepared in a week or two." And it's like, dude, that's all you had to fucking say, man.
Yeah, like
That's
act like a
all you
baby.
had to say was, "Hey guys, I know everyone's excited about Fresh and wondering about the state of it. We have something to show you coming quickly, and just look out for that. But please bear with us. It'll be ready in a couple weeks to show you our progress." And everyone would have shut up, but and plus another thing is like a lot of it's just memes and people like fucking flaming for the sake of it.
Well,
Eh,
it was also for the fact that like Netherwing Fresh hadn't had an update for like 2 months, man. People want to
Yeah.
know what's going on, and this guy acts like a baby and throws his fucking toys out of the what the fucking out of the crib. He's
Fucking
like, "Where? Netherwing Fresh is cancelled." Like, what the?
Oh man, I don't know. Like I'm still excited for the server, but yeah, I don't know if any of the Netherring team's gonna be watching this, but they need to just fucking they just
Get a
fucking
hold on
you
that
just
guy.
gotta realize you're dealing with a bunch of fucking addict spur burnouts that use this game as social status, and they need their fucking WoW, like they need it.
Actually,
So
true.
you just gotta fucking learn how to deal with them, and you can't and all the people in that Discord that show for them, like I show for Netherwing script wise, and like the server's great. That was probably the most fun I've had playing WoW, and I can't even remember how long. But at the same time, the devs are retarded communication wise, and there's like a bunch of just ass streamers in that Discord that even playing devil's advocate, like saying, "All right, I can see why people are mad. They're kind of retarded, but just knowing the nature of WoW burnouts, like I can see why they're mad and up in flames." So I mean, Wolf just stop being like a fucking baby, and everyone's like, and then there's people like, "Oh fuck you, like ungrateful asshole. Like I would ban all these trolls and all these people. These guys are retards. We need to start banning them." It's like, what do you want to ban 90% of the people from your Discord so you're left with fucking like 3 people? Wow, great plan. Just fucking
Let me break the Netherwing project down to as simple terms as I can. Incredible core, best TBC core in history, worst communication skills in history. That's pretty much the Netherwing.
Yeah, I would agree. It's like having a fucking just zero social skill autist just coding all day. And some might say, "Oh, Gummy's core was better." No, it wasn't, because Gummy's core doesn't exist, and Gummy's fucking
Yeah,
existed for
Gummy,
like
Gummy, Gummy doesn't exist. He's irrelevant. His core
fuck
doesn't
that
fucking mean anything.
fucking crippled-legged rat.
Fuck that idiot.
Fucking
Yeah, I hate when people say like, "Oh, you're ungrateful. They provide a server for free." Just because it's free to play doesn't mean they don't make tons of money. Like,
yeah, and they have a cash shop, and
yeah,
the server's not even out yet. So I mean, I'll fucking criticize whoever I want. Obviously, I
like,
give them praise, so I'm gonna fucking criticize them. I don't give a
hey,
fuck if
Warman
it's
is
ungrateful.
free. Doesn't mean they don't make shit ton of money.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
making bank, dude. No doubt about it.
Yeah, is someone who criticizes Warmane for anything ungrateful? No, it's just a fucking whatever server you're shilling at the time is what like you just use that fucking stupid argument for. But
Amen, boys.
so other than Netherwing though, so we know there's Endless, there's Netherwing, and wasn't there another? Oh, there's fucking Lights, Lights Vengeance.
That doesn't exist.
Well, wait, what's that again? Anyways, apparently there's another server coming out again. Are we entering the phase where TBC servers are now the new Wrath server?
Yes, we are.
Base new TBC server every week. Hell yeah! But anyways, Project Entropis, which is a seasonal TBC server, so seasonal as in
No,
season. Zach's already unhappy about this.
Doesn't like it. Doesn't like the sound of that.
season. No, that doesn't work for MMO. Like, fuck that.
Seasonal as in Path of Exile or ARPG type seasonal.
Yeah.
So attunements are enabled and required for content is gated, will be unlocked, blah blah blah. Let's see, 2x leveling. So yeah, I get seasonal realm.
Isn't TBC like a really grind expansion? You have to do a ton.
I would never play a fucking seasonal TBC expansion.
Yeah,
Like,
because you have to like, yeah, I remember you have to do a ton of shit just to do dungeons and shit,
Yes, you
and
have
then
to
they're
do
gonna just
a lot
gonna
of
wipe your character and you have to redo it over and over. Hell no, dude.
yeah, exactly. There's a lot of attunements to get done. There's and like if people quit you have to get them attuned for SSC and then TK, and you have to do it. And it all starts from a Karazhan quest chain, and you can only get 10 people in the Kara, so you have to make multiple Kara groups. And then you can only carry so many people on Vash because you still need a good comp. So you need to get Vash and Kael'thas farmed for Hyjal attune, and then Hyjal you need that for Black Temple attune. So you can't enter Black Temple until you've done every raid and like killed all the bosses with enough people. So I don't know how a season
I
is
mean,
gonna
you
fucking
need a
work.
bunch of reputation just to get into some heroic dungeons. You know what I mean? Like to get the keys. Like,
Yeah,
God, dude, like
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, seasonal. If you want seasonal, you have to pick like a really recent expansion where the content is done. But TBC, like, no, dude.
I think seasonal would work on vanilla. I think then it, but at the same time, you could just go into. How long do you think vanilla would take if they had Nax out on launch? Like, let's say you have
Oh,
What, for someone to clear it?
yeah, like you have Nax out on launch, but you had to clear them in order. So you had to do MC, BWL, ZG. Like you had to do all the raids in the order they released, but they're all out on launch. How long do you think
I'd
it would
say
take, including
I'd say like a
leveling?
month.
You think a month?
Well, because they're gonna need frost resistance gear, aren't they, and all that sort of shit
yeah, you
to
won't
do
get
some of
enough
those.
gear in 1 month.
I think
I don't know, maybe 2 months.
I think 2 months and Nax would be down for sure by some fucking neat guilds. I think that'd be kind
I
of
could
fun to
definitely
see.
imagine like Apes doing it in 2 months.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that 100%. But yeah, I don't know, man. Dark Portal. So what do they mean by seasonal? Like, how long is the server gonna? 1 year progression for the seasonal, and then they're gonna
Yeah.
have a second realm, which is an archive, which will be the forever home for your characters once the seasonal realm
Kind of
comes
like
to an end.
Warmane's doing right now, huh?
Yeah, kind of. So I don't know, man. I guess it could work if you're really a TBC PvEer, but
The fact they have like a backup server, like an archive server, makes this a little bit better. So it doesn't just get wasted after a year. But
Yeah.
God, dude, like, why would you want to play on a seasonal TBC server? Like, I can't imagine anything worse. Like,
I just think
seriously, what the fuck?
I just think the way the attunements are designed just leads for it. It just leads to it being a mass headache. Like if
Like,
one person quits, you're done pretty much. Like you're just
like
fucked.
if
Name
I
a
want to,
worse expansion. A worse expansion for a seasonal thing to happen. I think TBC has to be the worst.
it's possible. Like if I want to redo all the content, I'd rather just make an alt and like send some gold over, raid again. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely don't endorse this. I don't know about you guys.
I don't know.
Uh,
Like I personally have no interest in it. There's a 0% chance I'll be playing this server, but I mean if you're like a hardcore PvEer for
no thanks.
TBC and this is something you want to keep an eye on, I guess. But I don't know. I just don't see it being that interesting. And I like we said earlier, I think TBC is probably the worst expansion you can run a seasonal server on. So yeah.
I totally agree.
So moving
So
on,
I
I
guess
guess.
everyone here gives us a thumb down.
I'll give it a thumbs down. Yeah, for sure. Okay, and then moving on, we're moving into the fucking. It's another way for us to shit on Blizzard. You know, we can't. We have to take every opportunity we can. God, I fucking hate
true.
that company. Oh, so we have Blizzard
Oh,
here.
here we go.
They're postponing their fucking Shadowlands announcement for Black Lives Matter and to support the protests. And I just want to remind you, everyone, and like whether or not you support this fucking shit is irrelevant. I personally don't, but if you support it, whatever. But the biggest joke here is let me remind you, this is fucking Blizzard. And does anyone remember the Hong Kong controversy last year
Oh yeah,
where Blizzard's like, "Oh,
Yep.
we don't want to make political statements." And then here they fucking are. And anyone who's naive enough to fucking buy these companies shilling like any movement is a fucking moron.
Anytime I see the Blizzard logo, my fucking fist instantly clenches. And
I
like,
agree. Like,
like I'm filled with rage. I hate this company so fucking much. It's like I don't want to do it, but every podcast I end up going on a rant against this company because they always do something retarded. This time they've really overstepped the mark. Like, do these people have no shame? First of all, last year you literally banned a Hong Kong protester, someone who was trying to protest in his country about a fucking dictatorship trying to like crumble his little country, and the little thing that he can do is put up a fucking note on a stream, and you ban him for that. For I think it was a 9 month ban, wasn't it? The original ban. They scaled it back after a tremendous wave of backlash, but they banned this fucking guy because of one reason and one reason only: because it hurt their profit margin with the Chinese companies. The Chinese companies do not want this. They don't want to see this at all. So they shut that shit down real quick, and then Blizzard sell out instantly. Now we see here, because it's so edgy to say Black Lives Matter in the West, right? Like that's so hardcore. Like literally every company is saying it. That's perfectly okay with Blizzard. That they will allow that to happen because there's literally zero backlash whatsoever from saying it. This company, and then they act like and they pretend that these people are like, they pretend that they're like hardcore for saying Black Lives Matter,
Or they're like
and they pretend like
underdogs
they're activists
and
and they're
making
underdogs.
and
Like
they're
shut
making
the
a
fuck
stand.
up.
Like shut the fuck up. This is the mainstream thing to say. This is zero risk at all, and like
Zero.
this is just fucking brownie point pandering. Like I fucking hate this company, man. I
This
can't.
is the most. This is the most lowest common denominator virtue signaling. Like it is the lowest. It is just Twitter activism, giga cringe. There's no backlash from this. There's no edginess to this whatsoever. You're not sticking it to the man. You are the fuck.
Yeah, it's really sad. It used to be like the best company ever. They couldn't release anything bad, but nowadays it's just a shitstorm.
And
They
like
had that golden age, but now it's just a joke.
Yeah.
and they have no integrity, man. No anything. They're like Warcraft 3 Reforged, just fucking
Yeah,
proves it all, man.
Reforge, holy shit.
Like
They released that fucking mess, but they'll do this. Like,
and
okay.
they brick the old fucking one too.
Yeah.
Like you can't even play the original Warcraft 3. Like they're just fucking scum of the earth. God, man, that company. I honestly, I don't want to say it.
Look at this capitalist virtue signaling. Like what this fucking $60 billion company acting like they're oppressed. So cringeworthy. Like acting like they're a human. They talk like they're humans, you know what I mean? Like it's just some shit conglomerate company that looks for the easiest way to make money. That's all these people do. That's all they care about is their bottom dollar. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about George fucking Floyd, some dude from the ghetto. They don't give a fuck. These people bow down and kiss Chinese ass every fucking day because it makes them more cash. These people don't care about you. Stop acting like these companies fucking are activists. They're not. They say whatever will make them more money. Okay, let's stop
Indeed.
pretending.
And you know what I find the most ironic about this whole thing? These are the same people that are like chanting "Eat the rich" and shit. Like there was literally a bunch of them chanting at the protest. I saw a video of it. I probably could find it, but fuck it. But anyways, they're chanting "Eat the rich" and they're like "Fuck corporations, fuck richies" or whatever. And then they're every fucking company, every bank, every politician, every elite is spamming the same talking points as them, and they eat it up and retweet it. All these rich celebs are like, "Oh my god, you're such a hero for saying the most fucking safe statement that is gonna make you more money," and everyone agrees with. Oh, it's like they're acting like there's some kind of fringe group. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
These
the worst part. Like, I look, we'll get into this later. I agree that the George Floyd death was ridiculous. Okay, like it's just there's no way you can cut that. But don't sit here and pretend you're the underdog when you have the whole of Hollywood on your side, pretty much every fucking actor on earth on your side, every fucking media channel on your side, every fucking social media channel on your side, okay? Pretty much like 90% of politicians on your side. Don't sit here and tell me you're an underdog because you're not, okay? Don't do it. It's cringe.
just fucking. It's just stupid. Like I don't even know how to. It's just like a perma victim bullshit mentality. Like yes,
It's just a LARP session. They're just
like,
LARPing. Like,
like no
you
one
see Blizzard right here, they're
endorses.
LARPing as activists.
Yeah, all these companies, like, where's that Bethesda meme of them? There was a meme of Bethesda. Let's see if I can pull it up here while I'm talking about it. But basically, Bethesda, they changed their logo to LGBT flag,
Oh yeah,
and
the one I
everywhere
saw.
but Russia and the Middle East. Like here it is. Like this just shows. This is like anyone who believes these corporations are just so stupid, man. Bethesda
Look at
Middle
this.
East, and even in Russia as well. In Russia, I think too, they had it. Here's a Twitter. Like this fucking company,
Look
like,
at this.
dude, honestly, man, these companies are just fucking pathetic. They're
Dude,
losers.
so hardcore saying like LGBT rights in Germany. That's so hardcore, man. And but then when they can actually make a stand, saying it's somewhere where it would be edgy, like the Middle East, they don't even say it because they're scared that the backlash will cost them an extra dollar. These companies are a joke. They are a fucking joke. They should be ashamed of
They
themselves.
shouldn't even
That
talk about politics. It's
Yeah,
pathetic.
and the only reason they do it is because it looks good, and the funny thing is, every time one of these companies goes out and like does this fucking woke shit, the people who buy their products usually aren't the same people that
Yeah, exactly.
they pander to people who don't even buy their shit. They're
They
just
look they
stupid.
look good towards the people who don't even buy their products. It's just
Dude, I like how they're like, we're shutting the Shadowlands live stream down, like on June 9th. They probably had fucking like a patch being rolled out or something, and they're just like, oh, well, we'll just shut it down and pretend like, we'll pretend that we're fucking, like LGBT rights and shit, and like justice for Floyd. Like, fuck off, man. Like, this is so pathetic.
I don't know. This whole thing is just fucking like every company. I'm donating $1 million to bail out people driving into shops with fucking construction equipment and blowing up gas stations that catch Walmarts on fire. It's just fucking absolute insanity. This fucking shit. And I guess that kind of
This is like the ultimate virtue signal, man.
this yeah. So this kind of brings us into the whole uh drama per se. This kind of like everyone knows. If you haven't heard of this, you're kind of like I don't even. I guess you just game it too hard, maybe. I don't know, but like I don't know if you haven't heard of this. You fucking under some kind of rock. But basically, here we have a video. I don't want to.
You're a bum, bro. You're a bum,
So-
bro.
So
You're
that's George
definitely
Floyd.
a
That's the guy who was originally killed. That's what these protests started over. As you can see, the cop has his knee on his neck while he's in cuffs and on the floor.
bum, bro.
Now, before we go on, I just want to personally say I think that this is bullshit. I don't agree with what this cop is doing at all. I think that this is police brutality. I think this is unnecessary to put your knee on his neck when you have him in handcuffs and he's on the ground. What's the point of this? You know what I mean? Like, what do you get out of this? What do you get
yeah.
out of having a knee on his neck for 10 minutes?
I mean,
You don't
if
get
he was resisting, the knee on the back would have worked just as well. Like,
Well,
can't really.
he's in handcuffs. Like
Yeah,
he can't
exactly.
really resist to begin with.
and
And
I just want to point out one thing a lot of people don't realize. They think it's only this guy kneeling on him. There's three other cops that are like, there's a view from across the street, and there's three other cops all kneeling on him as well. So he has, I think it's either 3 or 4 cops in total, all with all knees on him. And there was like an autopsy, and he had like fentanyl and all this shit, and he had heart problems, blah blah blah. Either way, like you obviously them kneeling on him caused this death, whether they intended it or not. It still happened because of like police, like fucking Janny loser police being overzealous, and it's like the same thing with the Simon Says cop where that guy was in the hallway and he got gunned down, or there was another case in 2015 or 16, and there was a white guy that was had the same thing. There was a bunch of cops kneeling on his back. He was slightly intoxicated with alcohol, and they were kneeling on him for a good like 7 minutes, and they're like, come on, time for school, and this guy passed out, and they're like, oh, I hope I didn't kill him, did I? And then they started laughing and shit, and the guy was dead. So like the
yeah, man,
police are
some of these cops are sick. Some of these
like
cops are sick,
they're
no
fucked
question
in
about
the
it.
head.
The
But
main thing that we need to keep in mind, when we're watching is that this guy was being arrested for a non-violent incident. He didn't have a weapon on him. He didn't assault anyone. His crime was simply having a fake $20 bill. Now, should he have been arrested for that? Of course. But this kind of to inflict this kind of violence on someone for the crime of just trying to have a fake $20 bill, come on, does someone need to die over this? Does someone really need to die over that?
yeah, and that's why this thing is like, I know like I don't want to like say like, oh, police brutality is justified or anything, but this is not to like detract. Let's say the official story is real. Yeah, 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 that's really bad and all, but Like, there's something fishy about this to me because apparently there's a nightclub that both of these two work together at on the same shift, and that nightclub had been threatened to get shut down by police for like shady activities. So this Derek Chauvelin and George Floyd worked together as security at this nightclub. And there's just a whole bunch of fucking really fishy shit going on with this
Well, that
case.
is weird.
So there's like a couple of theories, and obviously none of them are confirmed yet. So there's a theory where it was just he was a police officer and he was like it was police brutality and George Floyd died, and it was wrong that he died and the cops should be charged. I think third degree murder fits. I don't think they can nab them on second degree. I think that's a mistake. And I think with a second degree murder charge, they're going to get acquitted because they can't prove intent to kill. It's impossible here. You can only prove intent to
They
cause
should try and get him
injury.
on manslaughter.
Well, they're gonna get manslaughter for sure, but I think they could get third degree murder. And third degree murder is intent to cause bodily harm without the intent to kill, but someone dies. And second degree murder is it's not premeditated, but you like in the spur of the moment you wanted to kill that person. I don't think they wanted to kill him. If you believe the official story, I don't think like let's say it's a police brutality story. It wasn't an intent to kill him, but it was an intent to injure him because they were probably
They're gonna
frustrated.
they're gonna they're gonna try and get this cop on murder, and he's gonna be acquitted, and then all hell's gonna
Yeah,
break loose again.
it's gonna
It's
just
this is
blow
like
up.
this is gonna be Zimmerman all over again.
It's a fucking mistake to charge him with second degree. And then going on to like the so-called conspiracies. So the other theory could be because one of the Derek Chauvelin or whatever his name is neighbors said they didn't even know he was a cop like at all. So that's kind of fishy as well. And the way they handled the body, like this clip kind of ends short, but basically like the paramedics come with a fucking cart and the cop just picks him up by the handcuffs and like usually the cop doesn't help with that. The paramedics take care of an injured body. They just pick him up, ragdoll him, and like fucking throw him on a cart and wheel him into a fucking van and drive off.
Well, you have
It's
to keep in mind here that it is like a ghetto. Like people have no respect for life where this is taking place.
yeah,
So maybe they really just pick him up, throw him on the cart, and take him off. I'm sure this would look different if it was in Beverly Hills, but
yeah.
it isn't. It's in fucking some ghetto in Minneapolis. So life is meaningless down there,
So yeah, and
as we can see from this clip.
like people say or there's a lot of theories that it could be some kind of shady dealings with that nightclub and it was a hit basically because this guy knew something he shouldn't have. There's a lot of talk going on about that, and I think that's just as plausible with the evidence that's come out as a police brutality case. And then there's like the third theory which isn't as convincing to me. Like there's some photos of apparently this guy's like a crisis actor, you know how that always happens, and it's like I don't know, staged by Mossad.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I'm just saying that's like the third theory, but like I don't know. I think the first two are the most
Well,
plausible.
regardless of what happened here, here's what is real. Some of the riots and shit that's come out of this. So hit some of these clips up because this shit has been crazy,
All
man.
right.
These riots in America, these race riots, have been wild.
What's
His neck, bro.
This is just a video where
Bro,
he's
he
showing,
ain't
he's
crying,
showing
bro.
like fire.
You circle it like and then just
Yeah.
think that what it is.
Yeah, so yeah, that's everyone can agree that's fucked up. But so then we have some of the mayhem going on. Which one should I watch first?
Just go from top to bottom.
Okay, top to bottom here. So we have the Asian gun loot. This one's fucking hilarious. So basically, the fallout of this was mass rioting and looting and like fucking fires and explosions and just mayhem. Looks like fucking Iraq. Like there was one photo that I was like, all right, if you told me that was Iraq, what's going on? This video's not playing. Oh, here it is. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh, okay, let's hear it. You guys can't hear the audio, can you?
But I know what it is anyway.
You robbed my store. You think I can play with you? Huh? You
Holy
motherfucker!
shit.
Caught that shit coming out. You motherfucker!
Damn, dude.
You break my window, right?
Oh, the fucking
Crazy, yeah.
the rooftop Koreans have returned to save the day.
I mean, it's justified. Like, imagine owning a business and all these fucking idiots coming in and stealing.
He'd be enraged.
Like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
there were some sad videos. Like there was this old black woman with gray hair, and they were like fucking looting her store, and she was like, she almost looked like she like was reduced to a childlike state where she was like jumping up and down and crying and saying like, please stop them, and then someone's like, it's not safe over for you, darling. And then she's like, my store, please. And then just
Yeah,
fucking
that's fucked.
blowing her store up. Like, it's just sad.
The strangest thing is that from what I've seen from this, it's actually black stores that have been affected the most by these rioting.
It has
These black
been.
business people.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of like that one 77-year-old black officer that got shot over a TV.
Yeah, shot and killed over a fucking TV. What the fuck?
So that's why
That's
like
how you treat your elders?
that's why I like supporting these riots. Like, you're just a fucking idiot at this point. Anyone like, this is not a peaceful protest. Okay, maybe one group out of like 90% of it is peaceful, and the rest are fucking burning shit down and looting.
Most of these people are just looking for an excuse to loot, like
Yeah,
from what I've
it's
seen.
just
Like
insanity.
70% of them.
It's fucking insanity. And then so we'll go to the next one where we show video of them. Like, just like,
So this is just them smashing a store.
yeah,
Is that guy got a crowbar?
yeah, he has a bat or something. They just throw a fucking plank through it.
Yeah, so you really think this is for George Floyd? Like,
Yeah, man.
gonna get some Yeezys?
Oh, there was a good video that I don't think they included here, but
Alright, man, we saw you at the New Balance store. Why you out here?
Man, period, point blank, just like all my real ones trying to get some money. Explanation, that's it. Trying to get some dough, that's it.
Just out here for the money?
Yeah, pretty much.
Anything to do with the protests, what happened in Minnesota?
I mean, a little bit to do with that too, you feel me? But
like, and then we have this one, like.
So this is like, what would you call this? Like a weirdo progressive versus like a MAGA hat?
Yeah, there's like a weirdo, fucking dyke, progressive fucking, I don't even know what, just is human scum versus some like MAGA fucking.
Yeah, you can just tell by looking at her, she has some serious mental issues.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
You can just look at her. Just... Look at him laugh.
What the fuck? Bro.
God,
This is like
man.
politics in America now, just screaming.
This is what happens when you let women get involved with anything. They just demoralize everyone. It's like, God, I don't want to be associated with that fucking thing. This is exactly what happens. Oh.
And then while all
fuck.
this is going on, we also have the Hispanic community attacking blacks as well.
It's fucking
See.
hilarious. Oh wait, this one has an N bomb, but I don't. It's journalism.
I'll play it, it's journalism.
Journalism. So this guy's shop is like surrounded by protesters, and he comes out with a fucking chainsaw like a madman.
I'm tired of their shit.
Go home! Go home! Don't let those fucking niggers up there fool you! Don't let this fucking trash and Antifa bullshit people fool you! Don't let these pendejos right here!
Pendejos.
What are they surrounding this dude's nacho store for? Like, what the fuck is the point of that?
Dude, base fucking Mexicans.
The guy literally pulls a chainsaw at the back and starts revving it.
And that's what I find the funniest thing is, like, there's this whole narrative of like all brown people like uniting against evil whitey, and I guess Hispanics are like they're Spaniards and they're not entirely quote unquote brown people, but they're still minorities, and it's like, oh yeah, evil oppressor whitey, and then you have the LA Kings and these like business owners like dropping N bombs and like throwing boulders at fucking. But like, look
guys
at
are not
this.
playing.
This is hilarious, dude. This video, like, so there's like the LA Kings took control of their neighborhood to stop like protesters or whatever, and so they're out with guns, and there was videos of like shootouts and everything, just crazy shit happening. And then this guy, I guess I assume he's African in this car. These fucking the Hispanics are like chasing with poles, and then here you can see closely if we watch this slow. I'll just. You hear that? I want to go back. So you see this guy here, like he has a fucking boulder in his hand.
That's a boulder, bro. That's not a rock, that's a boulder.
Look at that fucking thing. This guy has a fucking boulder in his hand, and then you just let's play it.
And And he threw that at 2 black women in a car. Damn, they are not playing,
Holy
man. Holy
fuck.
shit.
They're not fucking playing. And then you have these peaceful protesters.
Then you have actual police brutality here.
Warriors for the warriors for the homeless, man. You can see these guys are just such heroes of the homeless and the downtrodden and the lower
This is
class
just
citizens.
pathetic. This is so sad.
These are the so-called like haters of the rich here. This is a homeless man.
That's a homeless man's mattress. That
How
is fucking
brave.
pathetic.
That's all of his belongings too. A lot of them are. This is the homeless man here.
Can you get any more pathetic than that? Beating on a fucking homeless man? Like, seriously?
Yeah, that's really sad actually.
I don't think it gets that might be one of the lowest things I think I've ever seen out of this protest is burning a homeless man's The guy sleeps under a fucking bridge.
And
Yeah, how shitty can his life become? Like, come on, don't you think he has it bad enough?
And like what do? You burn his fucking his only source of like comfort is a mattress. What do you want him sleeping on the rocks or cold concrete? Like, and that's what I mean. Like there's people that show these fucking protests. All these companies, they're supporting this. They're bailing these people out of prison. These fucking criminals that are burning people's mattresses and destroying stores and destroying their own communities, assaulting their own people and their own communities. And there's fucking rich ass corporations and celebs bailing them out of prison. These guys are just fucking like mental, man. This is a fucking
Play the second last one, man. This is like actual police brutality as well. Now we have on the other side of the coin, actual police brutality.
It's loading 1 sec here. Here it is.
Oh shit. Whoa!
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Yeah!
Oh,
Like Jesus, like
that's a tear gas canister.
that's
right
like
in his fucking
a
head.
tin can point blank in his face, man. Like what the
Fuck.
like what are you thinking, man? Like like what the fuck are these guys thinking? It's the
That
stuff
was
like
a black cop as well, was it not?
like why don't they just go and fucking was it? I can't tell.
It looks dark.
But why aren't they just going and like stopping the actual fucking riots? Like they're just shooting some dude in the fucking face like that, and it's just gonna cause
They shot
more
that guy in the
shit.
face with a fucking, basically like getting shot in the face with what I would say is like a full Pepsi can, like a actual like just strong, like just shot in the face of a Pepsi can. Like that's a fucking tear gas canister, just cracking. Dude, that's gotta like that could have broken that dude's jaw. Like hold the damage.
Like
That would shatter your face.
and he's not even really doing anything. Sure, he's getting
He's
close
just standing
and
there.
all. Like sure, it's a demonstration. Like he's getting close, and you may say, "Oh, well, if you shouldn't get close." But I guess if you're protesting, sometimes like it's kind of like the Tiananmen Square Tank Man thing. Like I guess they're standing up for what they believe in. You can even whether you agree with it or not. And the police doing this just like it's just retarded. They should like at the very least just arrest him. Like just
Well, they maced the guy. Like leave it at that, you know.
yeah, mace
think-
him or even that, just like apprehend him and just put him in zip ties and put him to the side or something, or load him up on a bus and just
They maced him. They maced him and then shot a fucking canister at his face.
like that's just being ridiculous. Like what the fuck shooting a canister at his head gonna fucking do? That's just gonna make everyone mad at you.
Break it.
He was about to blade storm them all down, dude. They were threatened.
And then we have
Pop wreck.
more on rock. Oh, and this is the typical just like loser fucking white liberal that's like, I'm on your team. Please.
Oh yeah.
I'm on your team. Please, black people. I love black, my fellow black. Here he is. Look at him. Look at these
Give me the
losers.
thumbs
He's
up.
like, yeah, man, get them, get the evil whitey. And then he's
He's literally filming himself giving the finger for like Twitter fucking points. How cringe is that?
Why are you? We're on your side. We're on your side. Holy shit!
Oh shit!
We're on your
I don't think they want him on their side.
side. What the fuck?
What the fuck, dude?
oh, you're sorry, man. Fucking losers. Plywood up your windows and fucking I don't even know, man, but like just fucking just I don't know.
Wow,
Hopefully,
that's
hopefully these fucking I guess like how you titled this, these white coons hopefully they'll they'll fucking that made me laugh so fucking hard.
Let's hit that video. Let's see it.
Maybe they'll finally fucking learn.
So this might be the cringiest
Oh,
video
yeah.
that's come out of this, hasn't it?
Oh, there's one
Yeah,
that's worse.
true.
This one's pretty bad, or there's one that's almost as bad, I guess, and it's a bunch of people chanting like some fucking Black Lives Matter cult phrases. It's just insanity. I'm gonna watch this one here.
I've never seen so much waste of oxygen
I'm
in one.
cringing.
I
Like,
literally
holy shit.
like. I'm not gonna lie. If a fucking bus came through here and hit them all in Minecraft, I would be sad. But I just want to listen to what this absolute loser of a human saying.
God, you no longer can be here. In honor of his legacy. We're not rioting, God. We're not shaming anybody, God. We're just humbling ourselves before you. Yes, Lord. You brought the thunder and rain today, God. Because Satan takes the L today. Father, in Jesus' name, you get the victory. Father, we ask for forgiveness from our black brothers and sisters for years and years of racism, of systematic racism.
Systematic racism. I fucking like that. I hate that fucking word.
Oh, it's just what a cringy fucking. Imagine being one of these people. Imagine being a 40-year-old man and doing this.
Imagine apologizing for existing. Like, absolute.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing.
Fucking joke.
That's why they're called Uncle Tom. They're like the white version of Uncle Tom's, I guess, right? Like, that's the only way you could describe them.
They're worse, honestly. Like, it's fucking just disgusting. And the funny thing is, most of the fucking slave ships were owned by fucking Jews, and I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It's facts. They're owned by fucking Jews, and there's this black dude on Twitter ranting about it. He's like, and apparently the leader of Black Lives Matter is a Jewish man, and he called it out on Twitter, and he got fucking suspended the next day. Typical.
That's sad. That's pathetic.
Yeah. So something doesn't quite add up here. What do you guys think? I don't know.
I think this whole riot has just been a clown fiesta, to be honest, from start to finish. As we can see there from that wide array of videos, it's just stupidity on both sides.
It is just absolute.
Yeah, honestly, as someone in Sweden, I wouldn't have never expected this to happen, like in the US.
It's just ridiculous, man. Like,
Yeah, it's just so unreal to look at it from
It's like
outside,
a-
you know? Like,
know, it's
what
like
even
a-
is all this shit?
it's like a cartoon or something. That's
It
the only way I can
is.
describe it. Like, it's
It's-
hard to
Yeah.
It's just absolute fucking mayhem. It's all built up. Coronavirus, unemployment, everyone's sitting isolated. And
Yeah, like,
something about coronavirus, it's like it also makes it reduces your trust in your community and your neighbor even further. And that's another thing. Like the healthcare officials, remember when they were like condemning any protesters of like whether or not you thought those COVID protests were stupid. Oh, literally a week before these riots, there was protesters protesting the unconstitutional lockdown, is what they referred to it as, and I guess it is unconstitutional by law, but whether you agree with that or not, the healthcare professionals were like counter-protesting, being like, stay inside, blah, 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 we don't want to die for you. A week later, everyone forgets about coronavirus, and they're all out wall to wall in the street. The healthcare officials apparently are supporting the protests. Like this is a
course they are.
clown world, man. This is a fucking clown world. Like,
All of a sudden, they don't care anymore.
like
I mean,
no one
COVID's
even
a meme
like
anyway.
what the
but
fuck about COVID now? A week before this shit, it was a fucking big deal, and then this comes and now everyone doesn't care about it anymore. No social distancing.
I actually do believe that COVID has made these protests worse. I think a
It
lot of
did.
people are bored fucking shitless.
It did make it, and there's no they don't have their fucking sports to distract them. It's just like fucking that one.
Unemployment rates high as well.
You just need fucking drinks and circus for fucking peasants, and they won't riot. And the moment they don't have it, shit fucking burns to the ground. And this is the perfect incident that displays that. I don't know, man. This I don't even know if there'll ever be a way to restore like social cohesion. Like
Nah, it's over.
there's people our age that are like, I don't even know my neighbor. Like I couldn't even imagine being like that. Like I know all my neighbors very well, and I even know like all my aunt's neighbors are nice. I kind of know them a little bit. I just couldn't imagine living in a place where you don't have any contact, or like you don't even fucking know anything or meet your neighbors, and you just sit in your fucking dark hole and just fucking dwell
Yeah,
about
it sounds like Sweden.
dwell about politics on fucking Twitter, and act like you're some kind of fucking like you just like hate everyone who doesn't fucking have woke mentality. I don't even know, man. It's a grim future for sure, especially for North America. That's all I gotta
Man.
say.
On that note, though, like Warlord Xecc, man, thanks for coming on the podcast. It was fucking good fun having
Yeah,
you.
no problem. It was
Anything else you
Miles,
want?
you want to give him a shout out? You want to show his channel?
Yeah, I'll show up. Well, I guess I can do it right now, actually, as a matter of fact. Okay, so Warlord Xecc, everyone. This is the Habbo Hotel millionaire himself. Yeah, he makes lots of videos blowing out WoW servers and just
Exposing shit WoW servers.
yeah, basically exposing
yeah.
shit WoW servers.
Someone has to.
Yep, and he plays other games like League too. I don't know. Are you gonna make so with your channel? You think you're gonna keep it mainly aimed towards WoW, or do you feel like branching out to more games? What do you think?
I'm not sure. I just kind of make videos on what I'm playing at the moment.
Yeah, I respect that.
Like the League montage there, I was playing League for quite a while. So I figured I'd just use the clips. Well,
Man, that's one thing I hate about the WoW community though. You upload any game that's not WoW and they're like, "Fuck you, like this game's shit and cringe."
oh yeah,
It's
I got tons of dislikes on my League,
like, yeah,
League
why?
video. Like you just don't watch it if you don't want to. Like
Like,
there's no point in opening it and then just disliking and leaving.
there is no community of like video consumers that I despise more than WoW fucking watchers. I think it's cope because one thing I've realized from playing WoW, when you play a bunch of WoW, it makes you worse at every other video game on the planet. The skills from WoW almost never transfer to any other fucking game, even retail
Agreed.
WoW. But when you
Yeah,
play
most are dead. They're just dead.
but when you play League of Legends, it transfers to RTS and even FPS with like flick, like your mouse flick, your snapshots, your aim, like all games. You're good at one game, you kind of transfer some skills over. Something about WoW is like the most just meathead fucking game ever. It's just a fun boomer game to fucking relax on.
And
And
even worse is that the WoW players aren't even good at WoW either. So
yeah, it's just like especially for how seriously they fucking take it. It's when I play WoW, like I'm the type of player I like to use this analogy a lot. You know how in ARPGs, 90% of the way to like Biz takes 30%, 50% of the time, and then that last 10% takes the other 50% of the gameplay. I'm someone who gets to like 90 to 95% Biz. And I guess with WoW, it's easier to get full biz because there's no like Titan forging. I mean, like modern WoW has adopted the ARPG model, but I'm kind of like semi-hardcore. I know people cringe at that term, but I don't really know another word to say it. Like I like taking it seriously, but also having fun and bantering and talking shit in raid. But I don't like wiping a bunch, and I don't like idiots. But I'm not the type. I don't want to have a guild that's like, shut the fuck up. Like, oh, we're try hard. We want to
Like
parse and
semi-serious.
speed run. But yeah, like I want to have fun, and part of having fun is also clearing content. And like, I don't claim to be some WoW expert, but it's like something about WoW players. No matter what the fuck, like they'll fucking like micro-analyze every aspect of your gameplay and point out like a minor fucking flaw you made. It's like shut the fuck up. Like this game isn't hard. You don't even have to be good to do the content. Like I'm not doing like fucking 2200 or whatever what's the top rank of arenas like whatever expansion. I'm not like a top rated arena player. I'm doing fucking PvE content and we're clearing it. I'm sorry I fucking like missed point 1 second on a GCD or something.
yeah,
Like that's all they do is they analyze like every aspect of your gameplay. You play any other game and they flame it because it's cope because they hate every game because they're fucking garbage at every other game other than WoW.
yeah.
It's just
Yeah, I
true.
can understand that mindset if you're sitting in like a trees team, and you want to go rank 1, and you point out mistakes. But in PvE, like it doesn't matter
Yeah.
if like 5 guys are offline, even you can still clear it. Like
Yeah, and like
it's not
especially
hard.
in vanilla,
Yeah,
yeah, and it's I don't know, man. Just the WoW community is fucking just they're just fucking idiots, and the fact that all these guide videos, just a massive diarrhea of WoW videos that are all guide and uncreative, and that's the only content you see in the WoW community
yeah,
for
you
the
get
most
like
part.
vaulty content, and you
Yeah,
just cringe.
that
Like,
just shows how dumb and low IQ the average WoW player is. Just the fact.
Yeah, imagine that he makes a living on making those videos.
Yeah,
Holy shit, man.
that just shows
That's,
you that, like, I guess 100. That just shows you the average 100 IQ.
I love your
that-
tag. I love your tags for that video, man.
My
You
tag.
just tagged a bunch of players.
Shin
Beast
Shin,
Fox
right?
you
Doba.
you gotta go get on that.
Big fucking brain right there.
You gotta
just
tag
tags everything.
every famous person so you get into their YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, I heard about doing that too.
Did you fucking tag Alex Central? Was that Ventral?
Where?
Did
Ventral?
I don't think I did it in this video.
It's boy.
Below
Oh.
Hashinshin.
Oh, Vanderil. That's like That's like.
I can't even remember. I don't even know what that is. I just searched on like YouTube like League of Legends video, and then I just take all the fucking users I find.
Fucking base.
Base, to be honest.
Yeah, just
Alright.
gotta play the system.
That's just
You know?
about it, isn't it? That's just about it.
I think that sums her up.
Wow. I mean, hey, listen. Shout out to the people who actually sat here and watched all the way to the end. I mean, that's pretty crazy. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, that's a big commitment.
Big 1 hour, 1.5 hour. I know fucking Pile will watch this. Fucking dumbass. That guy watches 12 hours of shitty fucking stream VODs from 2 years ago. That's how bored he is when he's studying. But anyways, yeah. Fuck you, Pile, and
thanks for watching, guys.
Subscribe to Xecc.